Vicky Pryce joins us from London. She's a board member at the Centre for Economics and Business Research, one of the UK's leading economic consultancies. Vicky, thanks so much for your time for TRT World. Now, first of all, how exactly will this new deal work?
It's really quite interesting because at the beginning, President Trump wanted the entire American operations of TikTok to be owned or to be sold to an American firm. What's going on right now is that we have some sort of joint venture with Walmart up to a point, but also Oracle, which is very, very important, with the original owners of TikTok also retaining a very substantial share. So what's going on, therefore, is a bit of a compromise, but it actually is probably going to work quite well. I think one of the concerns that the US had was to do with data protection. So what's going to happen now is that all the data that is being held, the personal data of 100 million Americans who are supposed to be those who follow TikTok at present in the States, are going to be transferred to the Oracle system. So, and that is a very safe system. So that has certainly, I think, contributed quite significantly to President Trump feeling more comfortable about it. So the rumors are that even though it isn't quite as was originally intended, it's likely to be approved.
And we know that the original ban was over security concerns relating to people's data. So how does, explain to us a little bit more, how does having US shareholders protect users from having their information accessed by the Chinese government?
I'm assuming that this isn't going to go away completely, but of course, the moment you have the type of information that you keep on individual users, in the Oracle cloud system, which is supposed to be one of the most secure ones in the world, then you eliminate some of that concern. And what will be happening progressively is that there will be an IPO, there'll be an initial public offering, so there'll be money raised by the company, and US investors are going to be increasing their own share in this. So what you're doing is basically protecting the US part of the company, as it will be, from possible interference. The concern that President Trump had of Chinese interference and data actually moving. So by increasing the US content, if you like, you're also increasing the security of the system. At least that's the idea. So of course, the government in the US will need to be convinced, particularly President Trump, but it looks like what certainly Oracle alongside Walmart have put together is something that might get the approval.
And this deal still needs an approval from the Chinese government. Is it likely that it will satisfy them?
I think the fact that the owners have more or less, been behind this, although at the beginning, of course, there was the real concern that they would lose the whole thing over to the States. But the fact that it is now a compromise suggests to me that the Chinese may well be quite willing to accept that deal as well. So it looks like it might go through. But of course, anything could happen because, as you rightly say, the ban's been extended, or rather delayed by another week, which means that we've got just a few days in which that agreement can be reached in principle. But of course, there's quite a lot of detail in terms of how you move from this deal to the IPO, increasing US investment and so on, and then also the safeguards that you need around it. So it is going to take some time in terms of implementing it. And this coming few days, I think that plan needs to be put forward in such a way that it satisfies both the Chinese and the US.
Okay, thanks so much for that insight, Vicky Pryce. She's a board member at the Centre for Economics and Business Research.